Hey guys, it's me. I realized I haven't really done like a quick overview, like type of 10 tips type thing. So that's what I'm going to do today, and kind of give you guys some ideas on ways that you can save money in your home and also be a little more green. It's not gonna like kill you, I don't think. I hope not. Otherwise, I might need to work on that. Okay, I have notes over here that I'm going to be reading from, because, yeah, I have no memory. What was I doing again? Oh, yeah, no, never mind. Sorry, bad joke. Let's see. A whopping 46% of your energy is actually lost, meaning it's coming from things that you don't realize are pulling electricity, like things that might be plugged in but not used, but they still pull electricity. We all know about energy. It doesn't really die, it just transfers. Well, it's the same thing. When you have something plugged in and you're not using it, energy is still going to it because the metals are still touching. Just because you don't have it on and you're not free-flowing the energy doesn't mean the energy stops going to it. So you actually waste a lot of electricity and money. Just trying to help. Let's see. And I'm going to read you some simple ways. Tip number 1. Turn down your furnace in the winter at least 3 degrees. It says each degree you turn down your heat saves 3% of the heating costs, while each degree you raise your temperature of your air conditioner or heater saves 3 to 4% of, well, that's of cooling costs. Let's see, by changing the temperature by 2 degrees all year, you can save about 2,000 pounds of CO2 a year. So I just say 3 degrees and be a little bit better at it. I mean, 3 degrees, come on, are you really going to notice that big of a difference? And if it means you're too cold, you can always add clothes. I know. So, I mean, I don't know, some of us take it for granted, the fact that we live indoors all year. Think about the animals outside that are freezing, for the lack of a better word. They don't get those luxuries. And just knocking the chill off. You don't have to keep yourself hot. Blankets, we can always put more on. Anyway, I'll get on to my next point. Or tips. Excuse me. Cook with a slow cooker, or a toaster oven, or even a solar oven, to reduce electrical use from kitchen appliances. For a meal that requires 1 hour to cook in an electric oven, and which uses 2.7 pounds of CO2, a crockpot uses 0.9 pounds of CO2 for even 7 hours of cooking. A toaster oven takes 1.3 pounds of CO2 for 50 minutes, and a microwave only 0.5 pounds of CO2 for 15 minutes of cooking. A solar cooker requires no CO2. But I'm not all expecting us to be like Ed and get a solar oven. But I don't even have one. If I had one, would I use it? Probably. Actually, I definitely would. Okay, tip number 3, switch to a laptop instead of using a desktop computer, and cut 3/4 off your electrical use. Turn off the laptop at the end of the day. Tip number 4, I'm going to hurry up so I don't go over. Switch to cold water washing and save 80% on energy use for laundry and save an estimated of $60 per year. Hanging your clothes to dry instead of using a dryer saves 700 pounds of CO2. 700 people. Think about that. Think about it. Yeah. A lot, huh? Okay. Tip number 5. Plug anything, unplug, wait no, it says plug. Plug anything that can be powered by remote control or that has the power cube transformers. I did have one here earlier because I was going to show you guys, but you know what I'm talking about. They're like a big hunk block thingy with the plugs in it, into a power strip. That way you can just turn off the power strip whenever you're done, because the power cubes themselves, when they're plugged in at all times, they're 60 to 80% inefficient. Meaning you can have it plugged in, but it's still pulling a ton of electricity. That electricity is going into the black cube. The black cube acts as a type of battery, if you will, but not really, because it doesn't store it as much. But you get my drift. 6. Turn off lights when you aren't using them and reduce your direct lighting energy use by 45%. Stop using heat-producing halogen lamps. They can also be fire hazardous because they get very, very, very hot, and they require a lot of room around them so that they don't, what's the word I'm looking for? So they don't heat what's next to it and all of a sudden it combusts, that type of thing. Install occupancy or motion sensors on outdoor lights. We actually have 2 really big lights out our back door, and we have sensors. So every time, it's also great for security reasons too, because when people walk by, your lights come on. 7. Switch to compact fluorescence, or as we call it in my household, CFLs, from the regular incandescent bulbs, and use 60% less energy per bulb and save 300 pounds of CO2 per year. It's a lot too. It's a lot. Considering, remember, a slow cooker only takes 0.9 pounds of CO2? I mean, for 7 hours of cooking? Think about that. You could power a slow cooker for like freaking ever on that. Okay, anyway. 8. Wrap your water heater in an insulation blanket and save 1,000 pounds of CO2 per year. Insulate your hot water pipes as well. I mean, that kind of makes a lot of sense, don't you think? Also, found this one out recently. If you have a furnace or something in your basement that heats your entire house, make sure that the vent that's on it is open so that it also helps to heat your basement, because it doesn't matter what anybody says. If you have a cold basement, you're going to have a cold house, because that cold air can still come up through like outlets and plugs and anything else that's connected or coming out in your wall. That cold air comes up through there. So it also helps your house to be a little more efficient if your basement is also heated. Just saying. Go back. Where am I? 8. Never mind, I just did 8. 9. Use public transportation whenever possible. Carpool, shop locally, and ideally switch to a hybrid or energy-efficient car if you haven't already. Okay, I'm technically not going to back the whole energy-efficient car. If you're in the market for a car, I'm all about it. But if you already have one, I wouldn't go out and replace my car. All I would do is be careful when I use it. Combine trips. Say you have to go to the post office, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Do it all at once. Don't go, come back home, chillax. Go back out and come back home, chillax. You get my point. Combine it. Try and be efficient and mindful when you do drive your car. 10. Keep your tires inflated to improve gas mileage by 3%. Every gallon you save also saves 20 pounds of CO2 emissions. That one we're a firm believer of in my household. We actually check our air pressure probably at least once a month, if not like every other week. My husband's like really anal about that. So that's my top 10 ways to improve your greenness. And that's about it for this one. I hope I haven't gone overboard. So I'll see you guys later. Peace, love, and all that good stuff. Blessed be. See ya.